Urbanna.
So this is happening now.
It's Friday night in Urbanna. What are you doing?
What are you doing? Because we're golf cart. We were just walking down and visiting with some new friends of ours, and we had a quick chit chat, and we were like, we're gonna go walk through town a little bit, get some exercise, and they're like, why don't you just take the golf cart? So we did. And now we're cruising through Urbanna in this fancy little golf cart here.
Yep. It's got a
awesome.
stereo.
It does. You can't hear it though because the motor's really loud. But this is fun.
Gonna wind it out.
We haven't gone this fast in a really long time.
No, we haven't.
Oh.
We're gonna get punted here.
Uh-oh.
Hope you stop.
We can't stop sign. Super fun.
Hi, we're Josh and Tamara, and this is our 46-foot sailboat Honu time. We're a couple of Canadians that traded land life to be full-time cruisers.
It's just fun stuff.
Over the past year, we've been working tirelessly to get our ship shape and ready for new adventure on warm crystal blue waters. Join us every Friday as we bring our 01 boat back to the 21st century and have a lot of fun along the way. Thanks for being a part of our journey. Today has been a day so far. It is major cleaning day today. So far we've got the deck clean, the hull clean. We've got Josh is scrubbing out the cushions right now to get the last of the stain from the mayfly debacle. And the beanbag chairs, because there's a little bit of gunk on those too. So that's happening. The cushions are all washed and getting aired out, and the boat is finally salt free. We've got all of the gunk and stains and polish of the stainless done. And I'll pass you on over to Josh and he can show you what the hull looks like, because it is wicked.
Way better. It's unbelievable. That little trick I read about the lime juice was unreal, or lemon juice, because the tannins from the river when you're going up, it just stained the hull. And I can show you some before and after pictures. But look at this. It's perfect now. Looks amazing. Nice and clean, shiny. It's so good. She looks all pretty again. It looked pretty, the boat looked pretty haggard and used when we got here, but she looks nice and pretty clean now.
The next thing we have to do is to hook up our shore power. Unfortunately, both of our cables were fried from, I don't know, that when we first got the boat, actually it worked really good at the last marina, but then when we got here it totally popped our breakers. We couldn't even have the power on at all, so we had to purchase new cables. We need a new plug for the back because we think that might be one of the issues that caused the original cords to fry. But we have to put our electric cords running across the boat because they only make them in 50 feet, that's the max, and our boat is that big. So what we're gonna do with the other cords is we're gonna make a couple little extenders that are probably maybe 10 to 20 feet long. So then we'll be able to just wrap it here and then run it along the side and then go along the back. And then we won't be tripping over it, because I will trip over it 100% if it's on the deck. So it'll be nice to have that fixed, and then she won't be making a mess on the deck anymore. But the good news is we have power now.
Well, we've done cleaning and polishing and all that stuff, but today is getting into full giver mode again, back into some projects that we have to take care of. So we're gonna do some engine work starting today.
Yay.
Right?
It's gonna be good.
It is. We're gonna do just a full service on everything while it's still operational. And once I get the engine oil and all that stuff done, we're gonna pull apart everything to get to it. Then we are yarding out the alternator and our exhaust hose.
Yep. Two big things that need to be changed and fixed.
And we'll get them reordered and hopefully replaced in the next week.
quick oil change, take out the alternator and the exhaust hose.
That's all.
That's all. And then we're going to dismantle the entire galley and go from there. So now we have to re-secure everything afterwards and blah, 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 but whatever. It's boat life, right?
Get it done. Yeah, so we just jammed this guy down into the engine sump through the dipstick hose. And you can see here I got to replace the radiator cap. It's got a leak, so we noticed that on the way here. It was spitting a little bit when it would start getting warm, and it should actually open up a little thermostat that will run to the overflow, but because it was getting hot and it wasn't sealed, it was spitting out on the motor. So we'll clean all that up. We're going to pull the alternator off, and you can see down in here, this is the repair job we did on the exhaust hose right on that elbow. So this whole piece goes all the way back to the muffler, which is under the berth in the back here. So it's about a 4.5, 5 foot piece of hose, and we're going to take that off today too. So first things first, oil change, put it all back together, pull the alternator, pull the hose. There's a marine shop here. We're just going to run them up, and he can match everything up for us and have it here the next day. And then tomorrow we'll put it all back together, get it all running, make sure it's good, and
Our engine will be ready to rock and roll.
it'll be ready to go.
Yep.
But we got to clean it. There's bad belt deflection here too, and I've never seen so much belt dust on anything in my life. Like it's I don't know, 5 to 10 millimeters thick sitting on everything. So I want to figure out what's going on with that. It could be that because the alternator was under such a load, maybe it was just slipping, and I don't know. It didn't squeal at all, so it's kind of weird. But watch how cool this thing is. So it will pump all of the oil into this container, which is nice and clean. You can see one pump is already starting to draw. So we'll just give this thing a bunch of negative vacuum inside. And we ran the engine for about 10 minutes before we started, so make that oil nice and thin. And once it gets going, we can just sit back and wait. Here it comes. The only way to do this job.
Otherwise, it's super messy.
They say teamwork makes the dream work. And that's what we're doing here today, right, baby?
Oh, yeah.
It's a big old team effort. We just removed the smoked alternator. It's toast. It's all melted in the back, and I was actually spinning the thing, and it spins quite freely, but it's squeaky. So I'm guessing the bearings probably went on it, and maybe that's why we ended up with so much belt dust. It's crazy. There's so much in here.
So dirty.
It's just, and it was a brand new belt. It's only got 100 hours on it. Anyway, we're cleaning all that up. It's a mess, so we're gonna make it all pretty in there again. I've relocated some of the wires on already for the starter solenoid. It was so far tucked down in there, and we actually had a part a couple weeks back where one had fallen off. We couldn't get the engine started, so that's taken care of. And now I'm going to start on that, replacing that exhaust hose right there. So it's a wet exhaust hose. It comes right out of the turbo into that mixing elbow and goes straight out into the muffler, which is underneath that bed there. So I'm hoping we can get to it through these spots and pull it up out of there. It's going to be messy, full of carbon and water and stuff. So we're before we get in here and actually
Make a mess with water, we want to get the dirt and stuff out of it, because otherwise it's going to be a nightmare.
Yeah, that's the exhaust hose there. It bolts into the muffler right back in there, which is a really tricky spot to get to. I don't even know how I'm going to get to it yet. But I was digging around in there and I bumped this hose here, just barely tapped it, and it snapped right off, and all of a sudden seawater started coming in. So I've closed the seacock, but this is on our list that's adding up quickly for our haul out.
That's not supposed to look like that.
No, this is the second one in the last 2 weeks that we knew we had to repair when we haul out, but this is the raw water intake for the generator.
That doesn't look comfortable at all.
It's not. I've been in this position for almost an hour. It's hot and yucky.
What's going on?
Trying to get to the other end of this exhaust hose. It runs through part of the grid, and the connection for it into the muffler is literally right in one of the backbones of the grid.
Can you show it? Can you see
I
it?
can
with
try.
the
I
lamp?
mean,
On the other side, maybe?
you can see in here the connection's in there. So we've had to unbolt as much stuff as we can, and we've put a pry bar in here, and we've pried the muffler back about 5 inches. And now I can just see it right in there. And I've just loosened the clamp off, and now we have to try and wrestle this sucker off and then get the next one back on.
That'll be the easier part, I think.
Sounds good. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
the easy part.
All right, let's wrestle this thing.
All right. Oh my goodness, that was a feat. Now it's time to figure out how to put all this back together again. We've got the whole engine compartment cleaned now that we have the exhaust hose out completely, which came out a bit messier than we were hoping, but nothing major broke.
No, we got it out.
And everything's clean and ready to go. And now we're just going to tidy it up because it's going to be probably, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 days before we get the parts that we need to fix our engine back up again. And we can't live like this. So now it's time to make this pretty again. Yesterday we got finished tearing the rest of the engine apart and the exhaust hose. I don't know if we showed you that when we got finished with it, but it's all done now. The parts have gone off to the marine shop guy here, and he's sourcing out stuff for us. So unfortunately at this point in time, our boat is a sitting duck. We cannot do anything with it until we get the new parts in. So that being said, it's time to go play.
Adventure dinghy.
Here we go. Woo! There is apparently a really good fresh fish market restaurant just out the channel here and around on the river. So we're gonna see if we can find that today, or a beach, one of the two. But we're not gonna just sit around and do nothing. It's exploring time, right?
Yes.
Awesome. It's hot today. Oh my God.
Virginia is for lovers.
It is for lovers. That's what they say.
Well, we're gonna find out.
Yeah. Love Virginia.
Love it.
Check out this beautiful beach we found. It's just gorgeous. So just down along this way here is the inlet back to where our marina is. There was a bit of white caps when we first started coming out, so we just made our way around to the side and found this beautiful sandy beach, and we're just sitting, relaxing, and enjoying some sunshine. But it's gorgeous though. Anyways, the water's calmed down a little bit, so it's time to maybe get back out on adventure dinghy and see what we can find.
Yeah, go for a little burn. We got
Yeah.
supposed to get a system coming in tonight. You can see some clouds starting to come, and
Yeah.
potential for rain and thunderstorms. So
We
we're gonna
thought-
go play around for a little bit, but then head back and
Yeah.
put things away.
Take some advantage of the weather right now.
Yep.
We go. Hi, baby.
Hi. Weird being out here on this is the Refitting River, something like that. It's part that goes into the Chesapeake. It's just a little ways up from the Chesapeake Bay, but it feels like we're out in a lake,
It does.
except
Yeah.
it's salty and there's crabs and
Stop.
dolphins and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it feels like you're out in a lake. It's
Yeah.
kind of neat. It's big.
But you can see land on pretty much all sides around it, so it's pretty nice. It's gonna be fun doing some sailing out here once we get our boat fixed back up again.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah,
Can't wait.
me too. We're kind of surfing the waves right now. It's crazy.
They're so neat, aren't they?
Oh my God. Such big, lanky, weird looking birds. They're so neat.
We see them lurking around it.
Yeah.
As soon as it's dark, they land on the dock and they walk around like they're spies. They're so cool.
He's staring at us.
Is he?
Yeah.
This place is cool. We just came over in the dinghy, and then look out here. Dinghy's parked on another dock over here. And we just rolled out. This place is only open Wednesday through Sunday. Outdoor,
Yeah.
seafood, fresh fish, and bar. That's so cool. And the special tonight is
The special.
Prosecco.
Crown.
And Prosecco.
Oh, and Prosecco, yeah.
Is it weird having champagne on a Wednesday night?
No, it's not weird at all.
We're gonna try it out.
We like bubbles. We just stopped into the Urbanna seafood market and had afternoon Prosecco
Yep.
and oysters. It was spectacular. Oh my goodness, that
And their
was so
crab
good.
dip.
Oh, and the crab dip. Yummy.
They had these little deep fried pita wedges that came out like on fire hot. They were so hot. They were so good.
Yeah, yeah.
This place is wicked.
Oh, we're coming back for dinner sometime. It was so yummy.
And it's cool because it's dinghy accessible.
Yes.
We could just rip over from the big boat to here.
Yeah. That was awesome.
Yeah, now we have a breeze.
Super cool. Yeah, we might have some wind, some waves. What else is new? We're a little soakered anyways right now, so it's not a big deal. But anyways, adventure dinghy. That's what we do. It was so nice to take some time to explore in the dinghy today while we wait for boat parts to arrive and the work to begin again on the last major boat projects before we hit the open ocean. If you're enjoying being a part of our adventure, don't forget to hit the subscribe and like button. It's a great way to support our channel for free and you won't miss out on any of the upcoming action. Thanks for watching and we'll see you next week.